Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Are you guys ready for the day after tomorrow?
Day after tomorrow!
Yes! Wow.
The day after tomorrow. I hope it's going to be a good one, that's for sure. So, Storm here.
Mom here, hi.
Kimmy here.
So just put names with faces because I know sometimes you guys ask who's who, and depending on who's editing, sometimes we end up in different locations. I'm usually on the side next to the PIP, but just because, well, I put myself on the side too because how my setup is, so I have room to swing this over. Hey. So I'm excited because you guys never saw this movie before. I was just asking you about it. You have no idea.
Nothing.
So we're going to be watching on Amazon today. It came out in 2004. A climatologist races to save his son after a series of cataclysmic natural disasters sets the stage for a new ice age.
So it's going to be a worldwide event. He's just going to go get his son.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So maybe something apocalyptic, I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw this a very long time ago, so I am quite excited. This won our recent poll, our underdog poll on our Patreon. We do have multiple polls through your suggestions on what you guys would like us to watch, and our underdog poll, we have selections on there for movies that kind of struggle or don't have a lot of requests at all. So we want to give them a fighting chance to win. And sometimes depending on what we've already seen recently, people tend to get pulled in and want to watch more of that theme. So we did see Greenland, and there's a lot of other disaster-type movies I want to see.
Yes.
So I'm sure more of those will pop up after watching this one too. So anyways, thank you guys for requesting this. Are you guys excited for the end of the world?
Oh boy.
For the new ice age, oh yeah.
For 2021? Oh no, I thought we were heading in a better direction.
I know,
That's
going to get better.
There's always something. This has nothing to do with this, but isn't this awesome? I
that's
got this on
nice.
Etsy.
Oh, I like that.
That is beautiful.
It's beautiful. So with this, Ryan's like, you really got another mug? I'm like, yes, I did. We have small cabinet space, so I'm like, it'll fit there. But of course, it's a Smilodon. It's a saber-toothed cat.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. The day after tomorrow.
Oh boy. Ooh.
It looks so pretty.
Oh, it's splitting it right in half.
Starting to crack. Oh, gee.
Yell.
Woohoo.
Yeah, because
Dumb.
you don't know where to run yet.
Whoops.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
It's going.
He's going to
Get
jump
away.
in. Oh my God, he's nuts.
Good jump.
Wow. Yeah, he just made. Whoops. No, he didn't.
Wow.
That's insane.
Wow, look at that.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Holy
Oh, wow.
Get out of there, man.
Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's
Huge.
The chance of a plane going down because of
Don't
turbulence
ever
is
talk
just-
about that.
talking like that. No, don't do that. Poor guys.
That didn't work.
Now she's running. Now you start worrying.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Grab a drink. That was going to crash right into her.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Cover your head.
Oh, yeah, the birds and
Try to
dogs
cover your heads.
barking.
Ah.
Oh. Warning.
Wow.
Major
gosh.
poop disaster.
Beware.
If you see it happening, take action.
Yeah, not just staring.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah, you
word.
got 4.
And there are people down there taking pictures.
Oh, take a picture. Oh, shit.
Man.
What the heck?
Think he's gonna stop?
He's gonna be on his way flying.
I would
Come
move.
on, buddy.
Oh my God.
The debris alone's gonna kill you. It's amazing that he survived it.
That's
Yeah.
right, my gosh.
That's what tornadoes do, right? Like,
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
very precise, I guess.
That's off somewhere.
That's right.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, boy, oh, no. Oh,
Wow,
gee,
instant.
Look at that. Oh,
Oh.
my gosh.
Oh.
Oh, he's not gonna
He's
freeze
Yep,
immediately.
there he is.
Oh, yeah, see?
He can't keep up.
I'm
No, let him in.
You can't
Yes.
stay here.
Come on.
Oh,
Look
come
at
on.
this
Look at
3
the
days
weather
of
out
rain.
there.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You're not taking a drink. Oh, the animals, just let them go.
Oh,
You can't leave them in there.
Look how high it is.
Don't say no dogs allowed.
oh my God.
Come on, really?
The poor guy, you know.
Okay.
Do you have
I
any
know, but-
compassion? Oh,
Probably get out.
oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
what happened?
oh, she got caught.
Holy.
Right.
Good.
Ooh.
Oh, there's people.
Oh boy.
Look at the little cars right there. We're gonna just wipe out the whole city.
Yes. Go. I don't know if you're gonna be able to beat it or not.
Holy crap.
Really
Dogs
fast.
allowed.
Quickly.
Just bring the keep dog in there. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
He
last
wants
one.
the food.
Enjoy it.
Oh wow, it is underwater. Let's say it's underwater.
Sam, what's that noise?
Sam?
they just get electrocuted.
How the heck?
Holy smoke.
Oh, come on, Sam.
Yeah, why stay there? Go.
Whoa, God's sake.
Love you, bye.
Whoa. Oh, he's
Push
gonna
on
come
this
back up. Come
feeling.
on, yeah, he's coming. Whoa. Oh, the heck. Jeez.
Is that a ship? Oh my god. Ahoy, matey.
Whoa, whoa.
We should get going before the snow gets too deep. Everyone, wrap yourselves up as fast as you can.
You guys stay.
If these people go outside, they will freeze to death.
We'd be trapped here without food, supplies,
It's a risk.
Yeah.
and unnecessary.
By the
Freeze to
minute, you
death?
go outside.
Don't
We've had
freeze
enough
to
time
death.
talking about this.
No way, I'd stay.
Yeah. You have shelter in there, out there. Outside,
I know.
you're
I'm
not.
always curious what I would do, like what my decision would be.
In the wake of the approaching storm.
That's crazy.
Look at the snow.
Oh, wow.
Crossing into Mexico.
Oh, books, yeah.
What are you doing?
What do you think we were gonna burn?
There's a whole section on tax law down here that we can burn.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Smoothly from the United States.
What happened?
Oh,
Ah,
Unpack the snowshoes. We're walking from here.
oh,
On top.
oh my
jeez.
god. God, man.
Oh, shit.
Gonna go through.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
There
oh,
they go. It's almost like Antarctica again.
oh, jeez.
Just dropped in to do a little shopping.
Oh, shit.
Gonna lose a sled.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
That sucks.
that stinks. That's all their supplies.
Oh, oh, it's snow.
It's gonna go. That's it. At least hold on.
Oh, he's
then.
bleeding.
You see the inevitable. You see the...
Oh, no.
Oh, honey, he's gonna break his back.
Oh, God.
Ooh, that's bad. Oh, look at the veins. Exterior.
Septicemia.
Yeah.
She could go into septic shock.
Oh,
no,
God.
no, not this. Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I know. Oh my God.
Oh, my gosh. What the heck?
Hey guys, I found it.
How do you know?
Because it says penicillin on the bottom.
That's good. I'm glad it did.
Oh, goodness. And they're lurking.
And they can go upstairs. Scared me.
Oh, God. Oh,
Oh my god. Oh, they're gonna. You're gonna need that penicillin. Oh,
oh no.
eat the crap. They got the axe.
Of course, a wolf bite of all things.
Oh,
crap.
no, they got.
Penicillin?
Yeah.
Crunch.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Ooh.
Oh,
And the whistle?
guys,
Whoa.
don't hesitate.
Quickly.
Book it.
Oh.
Go.
Stuff them in there.
Yeah, just throw them in. Whoa!
Shut it quick. I see that flag just
Oh my gosh, look at
everywhere.
Oh god.
Simultaneously. Thank God they put all the books in there first.
Don't watch it.
Oh
no.
jeez. Jeez, what's that?
Fire sounds good right now.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the
the
cop.
cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Still standing though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yes.
Yes, right there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's wow.
We made it.
That's good.
Look at that, huh?
No, see that?
It's all snow. Aww.
Aw.
Okay, yeah.
Baby made it.
I wonder how warm it is in South America, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not nearly as hot as it was. Probably
50.
like New England temperatures now.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Oh, that was something.
So, what did you guys think?
Wow, that was really.
Makes you think.
Yeah,
It really does make you think.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think it would happen that fast, but
Fast,
you
but
never
yeah.
know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was insane. And you got to listen to scientists. I mean,
That's right. You do have to listen to scientists, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
to make it to New York to get his son and to find him alive and another group of, it's amazing. The
That's
journey
right.
that he went through.
A lot of them went through it, you know, but he really did his journey all the way through.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good movie. And I really forgot how much action was in it. Like, it was intense all the way through.
Was.
It does really make you think. I don't think something like this magnitude would happen that quickly. Again, some things, I know some people will nitpick these cataclysmic events that are so extreme. It just wouldn't make sense. But in this way, I think it really did. Even though it was more extreme, I still found it believable for this movie. Everything felt very dire, and you felt terrible for the people. You wanted to survive. You wanted them to survive. And I kept putting myself in that situation of like, what would I do? You know, would I just run with the crowd? Would I listen to people who sound like they know what they're talking about? Because you don't know anyone. Like, you're with maybe hopefully some friends and family, but there's a lot of strangers around you. And if people just start like shouting certain things, I want to believe the facts, but you know, I'd be questioning, well, this guy says his father's a scientist, but is he really? Is he just trying to get his point across? I don't know. And I mean, I think I would just believe him, especially if he said that he works for the government and he knows about climate and stuff. So I would believe that, and I probably would have stayed at the library.
Yes,
But
Yeah, I think I would have, not even listening to the guys, but just if you personally went through that, to see the amount of water that came through. Now it's snow. Now people
That's
are
right.
walking in it.
mm-hmm.
And you're
I
in
don't
a
know.
sheltered place, you know. You
Yeah,
just find a
I
shelter.
don't know if I would leave that,
Yeah,
because
'cause they
look
said
at
there's
what's
more
going to
snow
happen. Could
coming.
it get
Right.
worse?
Yeah.
And, you know, he was saying it was going to get worse. If anything, I probably would have tried to go in that ship right away,
Mhm.
thinking that it came from Europe or wherever, and there's probably supplies in there more so than a library.
Yeah.
But
then they had the
No.
fireplace in the library, and the ship they
True.
don't have it. So
Yeah, and they had a ton of books. You don't want to burn
Yes.
books, but
But
it
hey,
was
when it's
very
a
good
lot
in their
of Hollywood.
situation.
I
Yeah.
said they have a lot of furniture in there too. They
yes,
burn,
it was perfect.
Yeah. That was
I know.
really-
I would think, burn the furniture first, like grab as much as you can
That's
before
what
you
I
start burning
thought.
books. But
Yeah.
I guess like pages are a lot easier to burn, like actual paper
Yes,
instead
and
of
there's nice
furniture.
slower fire.
That's right. Yeah.
And you don't know what chemicals you're burning. I mean, it's all about
And that's
survival
true,
right
yeah.
now, but they might have some kind of furnish or some kind of chemical that might be hazardous to your health too over
That's
time.
right.
So that's where my mind would go. So I would guess that books would be safer,
Books, yeah,
or if
probably.
you have newspapers around or something. But it does suck though. I get it. Like being a librarian too. I love how like dedicated
I
they
know,
were.
she
That's
was
right,
so
yes.
devoted to
It
her.
was like
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
right, like
freaking
that.
time, like this whole disaster just happened.
Yeah.
You had like this tidal wave that just came over and just took
Oh
over
my gosh.
everything, and you're still sitting there doing your job. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I guess like if you don't really know what happened, and I mean you didn't see anything outside, and you see people rushing in, and you just don't know what to do at that point. So you
wow,
just
yeah.
do what you're
Vibrant day
supposed to.
today.
Yeah, but the guy, like, he was really good at protecting the Bible, and he made sense too, because he wants to keep it, because you don't know what's going to happen at this point, and he's thinking long term that burning books, you don't know what else survived. If other people are doing the same thing at different
right,
libraries
yes.
or wherever, that you want to be able to like protect anything that you can to have
Yes.
history. You know,
That's
and,
right.
Oh, yeah, that's
'cause
right.
You don't know when they're going to find it next. If they do all perish,
Right.
it could be decades before they find
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be a pretty cool artifact for somebody. But it's just amazing how vast those storms were and how
Yeah, they were.
quickly. And
Insane.
just to try to wrap your head around it, and everyone, millions of people, they all have to evacuate now if they can. It's just mind-boggling.
And
Yeah,
all those tornadoes all at once. My gosh, that was really
Yeah.
I
And then
love
the
that
hailstorms.
scene. Yeah, and that was really scary too. There's so much to talk about in this. So
Yes, it
when
is.
it came to the tornadoes, like that was ridiculous, seeing like 4 tornadoes, but it's showing how extreme the system is. Like it's not normal. Like Los Angeles never gets
sure.
tornadoes, right? And then it's like, oh well, they might have a tornado warning. Oh, you get a touchdown. No, you got 4+ tornadoes that we can see, and it's just chaos. And it's just showing
Oh, it
us
is, yeah.
the magnitude of what's happening. So,
That's
and
right.
then
That's
everyone's
for
just
sure.
running around, not knowing what to do. And then the couple, like, making out and whatever. Like, the guy's supposed to be, like, checking the weather. And he
Yeah.
I
ends
know
up
they're
going
so
part
used
of
to
the
having it be
building.
boring and just monitor.
Yeah.
They're not used to, and so even at the weather station where Terry was, with
I
the
was thinking
professor
that
and
too.
the
I'm like, yeah, they
guy,
were falling
alcohol.
asleep too.
I mean, they're all watching football, whatever.
That's
Because
right, yeah.
it's usually probably very,
Boring and
monotonous,
not a lot going
boring,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And you just have to monitor if anything does happen. And even then, like, it took a moment for them to even realize, because the other guy was watching football, and then the other one went to go get something and heard the beeping because he woke up. And then he's like, oh, wait, what's that? So I can't even imagine, like, having a boring job. And even though it's a very important job, to be on top of it all the time when you don't have the stimulus to really, like,
Yeah,
be
and
aware.
I think it was beeping when he was sleeping and the other guy was watching TV.
Exactly, so
I
I
think it was still
think-
Oh,
beeping.
yes, you
They
don't
were
know
just
how
like
long, yeah.
Yeah, so who knows how
13
long it was
degrees,
going.
I think, at that
right.
point it
That's
changed
right.
already.
A 1 degree change or a 2 degree change is like huge. So hearing
Mhm.
13, it's like, what? Like, that's even worse. But it really makes you think, because we have family and friends that believe very different sides on like global warming and how it's fake and it's not true. But it just makes you think. And I honestly believe the science behind it. If you really do your own research, it's not always good to listen to a third party or someone's opinion. You should like look up your own facts and everything. I do believe in global warming, and I do think that
You too,
even
and
though
look at
patterns do
multiple different
match,
references, not just one outlet.
That's right. you
yeah,
have to-
a pattern that we see that happened for like hundreds of years, thousands of years, but how quickly things are happening just after the last 20 years with all the
I know
pollution
it.
stuff that
Things
we're
are
dumping in the
changing, yeah.
in the ozone is like very different and drastic compared to how it's ever been. And a lot of scientists who oppose that are scientists that don't know much about climate. They're in different fields. And so anyways, it's interesting, and it's important for you guys to like research your facts. But I'm curious what you guys have to say as well, because I'm very open-minded. I don't try to just listen to one person and be like, oh, well, this is exactly the way. Scientists in a certain field, I hope that I can trust their facts over just hearsay and having opinions on stuff, because anyone can have an opinion, and facts are
Right, and
important.
in this climate change, it went to cool, but it was because of the current.
Yeah.
So
It was.
you would think, oh, climate change, global warming, it's going to get really hot. I don't understand this. It's snowing, it's hailing. Climate change is climate change. It's changing the climate that normally is what you are used to, accustomed to for decades. Now it's drastically changing.
Yeah.
So either way,
It's scary.
it's a real thing.
Yeah, doing my own research that over time, like certain areas would get colder because chain reaction, but then they'll eventually start warming up to the point where there's no return. And anyways, like that's a whole debate that we can full on get
Yes,
into.
it
It's
is,
very
yes.
interesting. Like I spent hours like reading into this stuff, and I'm like, holy crap, So it is very interesting. But for things to happen this quickly into an ice age, I don't think that's possible but who knows with the eye. And I think it was just for the movie where the cold air would rush down and nothing would warm up, and to the point where things would freeze instantly.
10 seconds,
Oh, yeah.
10 degrees a second or something like that.
Yeah, but they would just freeze instantly.
Yeah, well, like
Yeah,
So it was, you would never see something like that. Sorry, Mom.
Well, like with the helicopter and when that crashed and things like that, and the
Right.
guy to get out, he just froze. All of a sudden, you could see it just
Insane.
like that.
So I don't know if that's a true thing or not, but
Yeah,
maybe back then in the Ice Age it was, and maybe it was just for the movie. But can you imagine, like,
Well, they
under
were-
150 degrees?
Oh,
Yeah, and they were saying like when they were going through the National Museum of History, and they were showing that mammoth that was frozen eating something, and it had food in its stomach already that was frozen.
Yeah.
So
That's something.
it was almost
I wonder if
like,
that was an actual artifact, if that was an actual thing at that museum, or if
maybe
it was,
I don't know.
just a
I'll have to
story
look.
for this movie. Because now I'm
Yeah.
curious, and hopefully you guys let us know
I'll
too.
have to look
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right,
even just jumping to the wolves, they
that
were
was-
computer
they were
generated
scary.
for the most
Yes.
part. I don't know if you guys could tell or not.
yes, I could
Yes.
tell.
But I think it was still exciting, and the animation,
was
this came out in 2004, so I think it was really good. Even when I saw it way back when, I still knew they were CGI, but I'm like, I was so believable. I was still scared and like,
Yeah,
holy
I was
crap.
scared
And-
too. I said,
Especially when they were eating on the table in the ship.
Yeah.
They were eating and they were just it looked so believable.
Yeah, it's-
I know they would do
Sounds
certain
like
angles
that.
and stuff and looking through the window that's a little
Oh,
dirty,
yeah.
and I think they had blinds on it or something, so you couldn't really see them all the time. But sometimes they were right in our face. I was like, okay, well, they were doing certain movements that were more unnatural. I mean, like they were super fluid and no expressions, but certain things would make me feel like, okay, I can see the effects more than the real,
When they were going up the
feeling like they're
stairs,
real.
yeah.
They're trying to survive. I'm like, oh, they're even going upstairs now, but they're following the trail. They smell food. They smell, I guess, their prey and the humans,
right.
and so they're going to go wherever they need to survive. They haven't eaten in a long time, most likely. But I like how like all these events, one after the other, were
Really?
taking
Wow.
place, and where it was almost ridiculous, but it was amazing. Like in this movie, I think they did a good job with making
I think
that
so, too,
very
definitely.
exciting all the way through.
And they
Especially
had
the ship going through and
and they
parking.
had when we followed a group of people that were very intelligent. They were very logical. These kids were super smart kids, and they were, they had a good heads on their shoulders where they listened to science and they really did the best they could with what they had. They
Yeah.
really did.
Definitely.
And they weren't snooty or anything. I mean, we had that one
No,
guy,
no.
which I forgot about his character, and he was a nice guy because
He
in the
was a
beginning,
sweetheart.
he seemed
Yeah,
so
yes.
evil. He
Yes.
had that
Yeah, he
look
did
like
have
he was
a
going
good
to be
game, yeah.
I'm
conniving
going to
all
be the
the way
opposition
through.
to this
Yes.
competition.
Yeah,
you know?
and I couldn't remember his role, and so that was fun to see him where, okay, yeah, he was competition in the beginning, but he's lonely, his dad isn't around, and he was, he was interested in Laura, which I can understand that,
That's right,
and,
yes.
any kind of competition, you're going to have some, doesn't mean you're evil or anything, but it
definitely,
just
yeah.
was portrayed that way, but then we started knowing some things about him, and he started bonding with our main group, and then he ended up being a real nice guy, and he even told Sam that, go get her, you should tell her how you feel, because so that was a
That's
huge
right. See,
push
that
for
was
him.
good,
To be like,
yeah.
"Oh, God." And then he's like my brother, so then you feel bad because he can't get a hold of his little brother, and
Yes.
but I'm glad
nice.
he survived all the way through, because for some reason I'm like, I can't remember what happens to him later, but he had kind of a bigger role in the beginning of the movie, and then he kind of became a side character. I liked how he became part of the team, and with him getting injured on top of that, thank God they were able to get the
yeah.
penicillin, and
That's
he was
right, yeah.
okay, and they were able to get back in time. So it's like, wait,
That-
there's more. It's like
Yeah,
always
every step they
ongoing.
took, they just couldn't.
I
they
wonder
just
what
couldn't
happened to
push
his little brother, though.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I was wondering about
Keeping
that.
hope
I thought maybe
alive.
Yeah.
I love that
hope so.
idea of
Right.
hope, you know, like you
Yeah.
need to have it because what are we doing, you know, like
Yeah, you have to.
facts. I love my facts, but if I was ever in this situation, I would always hope that you guys were okay.
Definitely.
And again, you never know what you're going to do until you're in that situation. It's just interesting because
right.
when crap hits the fan, people react very differently than what
Yes.
they think they would do.
Yes.
And but I think I would honestly, I would totally hope that you guys were good, and I would try my best to figure out how to meet up with you
Absolutely.
Same
guys,
here,
find
sure.
you guys,
And his mom made
survive.
it too. His mom made it through
Oh, yes.
with little Peter. So
How brave
Peter,
is
I'm
she?
sorry. Yeah.
Like, did you
She
feel that
never would leave
decision?
him.
Like the weight of that decision to be like,
yeah.
you can see her looking around, like, okay, do I leave with my friend or do I stay here and just hope that there's someone who
I'm
is a
so
hero?
glad she did. Yes.
waiting?
Oh my
You know,
God.
'cause
Some little boy.
No one knows what's going on. Like, look at this pandemic. Like, right from the beginning, it's still scary. Absolutely. People are dying from it. But, like, when you have less information, you don't know what's going on. It's chaos, and people start freaking
sure
out.
is.
And something like this was way worse. That can. I know the pandemic's terrible, but I'm just
Yes.
saying in this case, like,
this is quick. This is even quicker.
yeah, millions of
Yeah.
people are dying, and you have to get out of Dodge, right? So, like, people are hearing all these different things. Everyone's dying in New York City. Like, here, people are running away from this huge flood, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg,
Oh,
right?
wow, yeah.
And then you're hearing these rumors that, oh, we all have to get down south. So, like, people just want to rush and go. So, again, going back to the whole, like, what do you do? You know, do you stay? Do you go? And in that moment, not knowing, if I heard everyone was getting evacuated down south, I'm like, well, let's go down south. But if someone told me facts that from scientists saying, like, no, you have to stay, it's just hard, you know, when you don't have any information and everything's happening so quickly, you just have chaos. And it's that's when the true heroes really start to show who they are.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I do feel
Correct.
bad that the cop made the wrong decision. He sent a lot of people along on
Yes.
this journey to hope to go down,
Yeah.
down south, leave New York City. It looks hopeless there.
Yeah.
I
And,
get
yeah,
it.
I agree.
But the whole group died. The
Yeah.
whole group.
And that's what's
Yeah.
so sad, because I agree, he was a good guy, but again, chaos, you don't know what the
You
right
do
thing
make
to do
mistakes,
is, and
you
he
know?
tried to do the right thing.
yeah.
Yep.
And not that science is always going to save the day, but because they weren't even sure, like, okay, well, this is what my dad's saying, he knows the most about the situation, but he doesn't know everything about it. It's like a whole new thing no one's ever had to deal with. So, you know, it's hard. So I felt really
Yeah.
bad, but it shows you that even good people trying to survive, trying to do the right thing, are going to die as well. So
Yeah.
it was good to
Definitely.
actually see that part. And
Millions of people died.
Yes.
Couldn't believe
Mm-hmm.
it.
and I love how they show people surviving at the end, even though we
Yes.
know a ton of people died.
That's right,
There's
yeah.
still survivors, even though it seems hopeless. That our main group found a way, and other people did too. So that
But you
was
have
good.
to have
Even,
hope.
yeah, even the dad, like, he was great going through. Jack,
my
right?
God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
going
right.
through, and he just knew what to do. But just when the eye of the storm came about and everything cleared up, and we just all knew, like, oh crap, this is that whole thing they keep talking about, where everyone's gonna freeze instantly, and he just reacted. And he had an injured friend, and then Sam had an injured friend. They're both like dragging people
And they're
back.
Right,
racing
see
to
that?
shut that door, and they
That's
both
right.
shut it right at the same
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
right in time.
Yeah, and then with the comedy too, like, you needed some breaks now and again. So the poor homeless guy, like, showing like how smart and good he is, and how he survived on the streets for so long, showing, like you were saying, the billionaire, the really rich kid, how to insulate to stay
Oh,
warm.
yes.
So that was good. And but I like his joking around, but it sucked too, because he was struggling a lot and just trying to, like, get dry in the beginning. He kept getting kicked out everywhere. Like, it just sucked. And
Yes,
he tried to
that
go
was
into
It
so
life
did,
with
it
his
did.
dog.
That was not.
I mean,
But the
look
dog
what's going
survived,
on,
too.
guys.
Yes.
Let my dog in. Let me in.
Yeah.
Be
And
compassionate.
again, even though this was an extreme movie, a lot of fun for sure. I'm going to defend that, because I do enjoy movies like this. It really makes you think, because a lot of people, if this, God forbid, ever happened, I can see a lot of people reacting in this way. You know, people not allowing you go into places. No, you have a dog. Like, people just want to stick to the rules, or they get spiteful or something. Not everyone, but a lot of people just go crazy a little bit, or just trying to follow their rules that their job needs, you know. And I don't know.
Yeah.
But if, like, there was a big disaster and it's raining for so many days that it's not normal, like, I would be like, yeah, I come in for a little bit. You can be in the lobby for. I know it's
yeah.
chaos a little bit, but as long as no one's hurting each other. But yeah, so
3 days
it's great to
straight.
see
It
the
was
good
raining.
come out.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
before that.
and it just kept building up. Like we just kept seeing the water
wow.
get
Yeah.
higher and higher and higher from the sewer first, and then all of a sudden it's halfway up the cars, and even more so, and people are like swimming through it. It's like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
and then waist deep, and oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going back
Wow.
to Terry, we had all these really nice groups that just didn't make it, you know, like it shows you that you do your best, but
true,
this is happening too fast and you only know so much about it, so you're stuck and that's it.
That's
and
right.
to see them not freak out and be not mature about it, but just they're being heroic about it too, and just talking to each other and just trying to be positive, like that takes strength as well. And to not use the scotch for fuel, which makes sense because I would want to live longer, but if it's only going to help you for a half hour or something, you might as well feel good at least for your last few moments on the earth.
Yeah.
Man, or just hope for that eye to come by so that way you can just like die quick. I don't know. But I think it's a very good movie. So guys, please let us know what you think as well. Again, this came out in 2004, so it was a while ago, and PG-13.
All right.
So I knew it wasn't rated R, but PG-13 we can handle.
Yeah, we were like,
yeah. So Mom, did you have any parts that really stood out to you that were like really shocking?
More or less when the wolves were in the ship and things and going to chase them. That was scary.
Yeah,
and
was scary.
then also the tornadoes going down. How many tornadoes and things? And then a lot of the big hail coming down.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up the hail. Yes, because a lot of you may know this already, but I love the Weather Channel and I look up a lot of stuff in that. There's a lot of places that have huge hailstorms, and they had one a few months back that was insane. Somewhere in Texas, they were bigger than golf balls. And they interviewed this lady, and she had a beautiful neighborhood, a ton of houses all around her, right?
Okay.
And she was in her living room, and she was saying that, like, she all of a sudden heard knocking, like these loud knocking noises that all of a sudden turned into crashing noises. And she recorded her house and then her neighbors' houses, and she had huge holes, like this big. Through her house because I mean that would kill you. So all these hailstones are going through her house, completely destroyed her house and her neighbors. She took recordings and you just saw these huge holes, like not bullet holes, like these huge massive holes that went all the way through the house, all on the rooftops. You could see it. It's insane. So I don't know how often that happens. I mean, they have hail all the time, I'm sure, down south, but to have like massive hailstones like this, like that will kill you. Like look how far up it's in the sky.
If you're taking
down.
a walk with your baby or something. And
so seeing that, even though they were a bit bigger, sometimes you saw them like boulders, but it's believable and it's scary and it could kill you. Just one hitting you right in the head like that can kill you. And I did make a joke earlier too, because what was it? Greenland, Armageddon also
that was a good movie.
Also had that.
I love that one.
Yeah, they also had that scene where in Japan, like they have to show you something dire there first, like, oh God, this is what's going to happen to America, because I guess we're focused on American characters or something. So I made a joke there. I'm like, oh, these poor people in Japan, like they always get like destroyed. You have all these innocent people just get destroyed by something horrible, you know, just to see like how bad it's going to get for us. So we saw that in the beginning of this one, but pretty crazy film.
It was.
My gosh.
I'm going to say my biggest thing was the tidal wave when it first came in, like the tsunami going through.
Oh, that was crazy. And that, you know, you had a huge traffic jam for 10 miles out. These people are they're just lame duck. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Every avenue, everywhere it's just a matter of time. It's just so numbing.
Yeah.
And then when the ship went down the avenue, I'm like, holy smoke.
Yeah.
I see that every day.
It was so sad, like seeing the water just mow down all those streets and all the cars and buses and stuff just getting pushed and rolled over. It was like just objects, you know. It's like, oh my God, all these lives are being lost, you know. So I like how they showed that. It was insane to see, like, just like that. That's it.
Yeah, and then
So
Lady
many
Liberty
lives.
just covered in massive amounts of ice
and streaks, like showing that the eye
and
went
the
over.
ship,
Yeah, so I like that too, where they showed the disaster all around the Statue of Liberty. But hey, you know, we're standing strong. We'll get through this, even though mostly everyone's gone. But it's still that sign of hope. So I like that. Yeah. So very good movie, guys. Please let us know what you thought of this, and I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very good,
Again, Mom and Kim are blind to it. It was their first time watching. Very cool. So please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Stay warm.
Yeah, stay warm.
Yes.
Stock up.
Stock up.
Get your penicillin.
Don't buy a ton of toilet paper. We can survive without toilet paper,
That's
guys. Be good to your neighbors.